I have studied English for decades at school and do a lot of practice and take efforts to pass every exam. But the result is super awkward, Even the students from top universities still have the significant deficiency in their target language. It's not we are not immersing in that language or we do not take effort on it. Instead, we study really hard. If you are Asian, you got what I mean. So the problem is never we do not take effort on it. The problem is we are too much rely on the input system which given by the school as the stereotype. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is York, a trilingual speaker and currently working as a marketing consultant at an agency. As you probably know, I studied Chinese when I was 6 and studied English when I was in primary school. But what you don't know is I studied Chinese from totally scratch, from zero 到流利的能用中文跟别人交流. It just took me 1 year before I go to school. But I learned English to reach the level speaking fluently like Chinese. It takes me almost 1 year. I don't want to acknowledge, but first it proves me I'm not a genius. At second, it proves our school system sucks. Many people they know there is something wrong in the school system, but they can't identify what actually it is, and keep using this inefficient inputting system to learn your second, third, fourth foreign languages and always have a bad effects. So in this video today, I based on my own experience for the whole language learning journey as 4 steps of smart input to restructure your inefficient old school input system. The first step is finding your passion on what you input. Think about it. When you start to learn your first foreign language in your life, did you think about why you start to learn it? For me, my first foreign language is Chinese. I pretty love to learn Chinese because I was raised by my grandmother and my grandmother told me Chinese stories every single night before I go to bed. And my friends around me at that age, they speak Chinese and I'm wanting to learn Chinese and I wish to play with them. Listen, this is I wish, which means I'm happy with it. But for English, I learned it just because it's a mandatory subject by the school curriculum. I have no choice and this pushed me. I have to learn it. But one moment when I was truly wish to learn English, it's never exam, it's Vampire Diaries. And since I watched it, I found a huge demand and I found passion on learning English. If you input without passion, you maybe rely on something to push you to study it. And that would be like a torture. But when you have passion on it, it will pull you forward to get progress. And that's totally different. Our school never cares about whether you have passion or not, even kill your passion during your learning. You may be so excited in your first language class, but when you see a dumb bunkie of textbook and due date of final exam, I lose all my interests. If you have the similar experience, just put it in the comments, let me know. This is the first step or a main side of the input. If the school don't give you the passion can be found and given by yourself. Step 2. Input content should be comprehensible. If the step 1 is regarding the subject, which is who is inputting, and this step is regarding the input objects, which is what you input. It's not gonna be work if a content is so easy for you, or vice versa if a content you have nothing understand from it. Both of them cannot help you to input efficiently. So when you are struggling to make a decision what kind of content you should input, I recommend 2 smart input tips to help you to make a decision. The first is content should be authentic. Make sure the content is useful with educational function to give you value to your learning. The second is apply 80-20 rules. It's also called parental principle. Simply, it states 80% of effects come from the 20% of causes. When you are reading, watching, or listening to some input stuff in your target language, just briefly go through with it first. If you find there is at least 20% of new words in there, and rest of 80% of them you can be understand, then it's the perfect content for you. Because our goal is getting progress from each input session. So this 20% of part is the most essential growing zone, which give you 80% progress in this input session. So this kind of input let you can understand the majority of them, but you still get progress from it And you will be like, oh, this makes my all day, and you will be gained confidence and motivation to pull you forward to keep you go to the next level. Step 3. Select diverse input resource. When I studied English at a school in China, 90% of time I just rooting in the classroom for 8 hours. It's just only my tutors was talking all the time. And what I got is just a bunch of textbook, a word list of waiting to memorize and uncountable homework after school. It lacks visual and quality content to let you input in a multiple way. I don't have much choice at that time because I have so many limits. I can't use YouTube in China. So after making sure you have passion and comprehensive content to let you input, you also need a diversity of the content to input instead of single way during your input session. In addition to textbooks, I'm pretty love to watch YouTube videos and watching movies with subtitles at the beginning. In this way, I got much more solid practice beyond the book. Because my eyes got a lot of practice, my ears got a lot of practice, and in the meantime, my output was growing as well. So if you also want to learn about output, especially speaking, you probably love to watch my next video. Probably here, whatever. The last step is every self-improvement YouTube videos talking all the time. Consistency. Many people think consistency is a really difficult thing you need to repeat again and again until success, right? It's not. I just realized recently, consistency is a hard thing only when you aim to chase to get a result. I spent almost a decade to learn English at school. It's just because I aiming to get a result to pass the exam. But when I keep using English in the past 2 years, which I totally forgot any result, and the last time I got the fastest progress. I focused entirely on my study and working only, even though it did feel frustrating sometimes, but I just go with it day by day, and I found myself I have an incredible improvement so much. And this video you're currently watching, it just comes out. When I was learning English, I never think about I can make a video one day and running a channel like this. But I did it, and I will keep using this consistency to my other aspects of my life, as well as my workout, my studying, my working, and my YouTube channel is systematically in my life. So if you want to learn more about the system, I can make a video about this in the future. The 4 steps of input system I mentioned above is not just only used by self-language learning, but also can be treated as a standard to measure a school or an education provider is good or not. So just following these 4 steps as order. First, is this school or institute give you passion on learning? Second, is the content provided by the school is comprehensible depends on the personalized level? Third, does the school provide you diverse and multiple resources to learn? Fourth, could this school or tutors encourage you to let you keep consistency to keep improving? If yes, congratulations, you found a great school or a great tutor. But if not, just let it go. You better learn yourself. I hope this video contributes a better input system to your learning journey. Also, to make this channel to provide you better value, I created the message board. So if you have any suggestions regarding the video contents, or if you have any problems or questions in your life you wish to have a connection with me with one-by-one consultant, all you need to do is just go down to the description to fill in. I will reply you seriously and definitely will support you from my side. And also please hit the like and subscribe button. Your support will contribute to my day and to make the much more quality video in the future. Have a good day and see you next one. Cheers.